Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Andre Papito here, and in this video I'm gonna talk to you about one of the most interesting tax regime that we have in Italy, and specially designed for high net worth individuals. So I've prepared here this title and says how millionaires pays 1.0% of taxes once they relocate to Italy. Is this even possible? So the answer is yes. And I'm going to explain you exactly how I made this calculation and how we have this 0.1%, why it's so low. So this new tax regime is nothing to do with the impatriate regime that we have talked about a lot in this channel, but it's something that, as I said before, addressed to high net worth individual. So what it's about? Actually, we have a flat tax of 100,000 euro per year to pay that substitute actually the taxation on your foreign income. Okay, so if you're rich enough to consider 100,000 euro per year as a tax to pay, a very small amount of money, then you can relocate to Italy, and all your foreign income, your global foreign income, is exempt from Italian taxation because you pay this substitutive taxation. Okay, so it replaces all the ordinary rules, so you don't have to accumulate your income with the Italian one, and you don't have to pay the RPF, you don't have to monitor your assets abroad, you don't have to pay any wealth tax for assets detained abroad. So this favorable scheme, the purpose of this favorable scheme is to attract high net worth individuals in the country. So, and the only constraint is that you have to be a new resident. You should have never been lived in Italy, or even if you are Italian because you have an Italian passport, that is not a problem. The important things to show is that in previous 10 years, you have never lived to Italy. So it's enough staying outside, lived abroad for 10 years. And once you're in Italy, once you apply for this regime, because this is an optional regime, you can apply for it. You have to stay, you can have it for maximum 15 years. So it's a quite long time. Huh? I want to share with you what actually I discovered. So imagine that your foreign income, it's 1 million euro, okay? And if it's 1 million euro, paying only 100,000 euro per year is like have a fiscal pressure of 10%. But if your income is 10 million euro, then your fiscal pressure is 1%, if my calculations are correct. And if your foreign income is 100,000 million euro, then your fiscal pressure is 0.1%, and that's it. So you see, if your income is big, this 100,000 euro fixed amount of money to pay makes your fiscal pressure extremely low. It shrinks as long as you have this bigger income from abroad. And then, of course, if you're a billionaire, this tax is not even considerable. I mean, it's so insignificant that makes your fiscal pressure at 0.01%. But this is not finished. I mean, this is just the beginning, because I think the most important part of this tax regime is that you can extend to your family members, adding only 25,000 euro at your 100,000. So here you can pick up one of your family member, ask them to or more than one family members, and ask him or ask them to come with you in Italy, so to relocate with you in Italy. You will be considered the main taxpayer that pays this 100,000 euro, and afterwards you will pay an extra 25,000 euro for your family members. So now imagine if your family members also has an income of million euro, okay? So your total to pay is 125k per year. And let's see what happened now with the table. So if your income is 1 million and your family member it's 1 million as well, then the fiscal pressure goes down to 6.25%. And if you have both of you 10 million euros, so the total is 20 million, your fiscal pressure is already 0.6%, and so on. And then if you have 200 million euro as income composed by two persons, it's 0.06%. So this tax benefit, the most incredible things of this tax benefit is that you can extend this option to your family members. So you will be the main taxpayer paying this 100,000, and your family members will pay 25,000 euro each per year. And you can extend up to third degree family members. So it can be your wife, can be your child, can be your cousin, can be your mother-in-law. And of course here, if you are a billionaire, if you have 2 billion euro, your fiscal pressure is basically 0.0062%, if my calculations are correct, right? So it's extremely low taxation, and it's something like living in a fiscal heaven, especially for very, very, very rich people. So instead of moving to a tropical island or moving to a certain very exotic destination just to pay less taxes, in this case, you can pay taxes in this alternative way and stay in the heart of Europe and maybe in a country that you really like and that you really love. Another thing that I want to mention is that this tax regime, of course, doesn't include the domestic income. So if you're going to generate income from Italy, so domestic income, so if you want to open a business in Italy, then that will be taxed in ordinary rate. Okay, so this is only for all the global foreign income and not the domestic one. And make sure, of course, that you're receiving some income gross and not already taxed in a country where this income is generated. Of course, that is a calculation that you should provide with yourself and with your tax plan advisor. I just want to also share in this YouTube channel, in the description of this video, the guideline of the Italian tax agency, which is in English, that explains very details this tax regime. We can have a look together right now. As you can see here, this tax regime, we have this guideline. In the last paragraph, we have these descriptions. As I told you, there is a length of 15 years, so it's a lot of time, and you should have been resident in Italy in the last 10 tax period, okay? And here's the most important thing, the extension to family members. So your spouse, children, even adopted one, direct relative in the descending line, then we have parents, and in their absence, the direct relative, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, father-in-law, mother-in-law, brother and sister. So you can see how, imagine every person might be a millionaire, and each one of them will pay only 25,000 euro per year. Only the main taxpayer will pay only 100,000 euro. Okay, so the thing is this. Once you have set up the main taxpayer, all the rest of the family members will have this 25,000 euro to be added. And if also the family member have an income of €1,000,000, the taxation is basically almost insignificant for them. There are some details here. This guideline explains also the procedure, how to ask the Italian tax agency to make a pre-check to see if you can apply for this regime. And one of the most important points in this guideline is also that it explains you very clear that every asset abroad is not taxed, is not monitored, and you don't have to pay any wealth tax. So the EVA is a wealth tax on assets abroad for Italian tax residents, is exempt. IVA, it's a wealth tax of movable assets abroad, also in this case is exempt, and you don't have to monitor anything. And so actually Italy doesn't ask you to disclose anything that you have abroad, okay? And here a very nice, a very simple table that summarizes these tax regimes. So how to apply for this regime to see if it makes sense for you. If you want to have a consultancy with an Italian tax planner, you can basically check in the description below the video. We have the Italian Tax Academy that provides exactly this service. We first provide you an online course in which you can learn the Italian fiscal system, you can understand quite well how the Italian fiscal system works, and then you can have a grown-up level conversation with a tax planner, which is included in the package. So you will have 1 hour with a tax planner, which is also a former Italian tax agency inspector, that provides you a consultation and check if this tax regime is suitable for you, if it's convenient for you, and if so, he can plan a long-term tax planning. So another thing is that I want to tell you is that if you subscribe to the Italian Tax Academy, you will also have for free an ebook in which we explain you also other type of benefits and the first free lessons that will come in your email box. I just want to tell you that this regime is not compatible with the other favorable tax regime, which is the impatriate regime or the forfeit regime. So you have this huge benefit with your foreign income, but if you want to have also tax benefit on Italian domestic income, this is not possible. It's exactly explicitly by law has been decided that this is not absolutely possible. But in the Italian Tax Academy, we have a specific use case scenario in which we can explain you exactly what is the only possible exception in which you can apply for this 100,000 euro for high net worth individual tax scheme benefit with the impatriate regime for your income generated in Italy. Only exclusively for who joined to Italian Tax Academy, purchase the online course, and will have a consultancy with our tax planner and former Italian tax adjunct inspector. Thank you very much for having seen and having watched this video. If you subscribe to this channel, you'll be updated with the Italian fiscal regulamentations, especially from this moment onward. The Italian government starts to work with the new Italian budget law 2022. So I will recommend to subscribe to this channel because I will update you with all the new regulamentation, fiscal law, and I will comment with you and I will keep you updated with that. Thank you. See you in the next time.